I'm here with our new presenter, who I'm going to introduce into just a moment. Now, this is someone we met a little while ago up in Scotland. I have revealed on air that it is a man and that they are not actually from Scotland, which was a bit of a ruse on my part. And this new presenter is going to be on Pure Brunch in January. Joe started it in December on Mondays. We are growing this show one day a week. So December, we've got Mondays. January, we're going to Tuesdays, and on and on. But without further ado, let me introduce you to our latest presenter here on Pure 24/7 Radio, who you will be hearing on Christmas Day and Boxing Day as well. Hello, Dan.
Hiya, Andy. How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm excited to see you.
Likewise, yes. And this is why we do radio, so that our faces stay away from the radio.
Yes, we have good faces for radio. We are agreeing in that for sure. So we came up to see you in Scotland, which was very exciting. Hence my little ruse of you're not from Scotland, but you do live in Scotland.
I do indeed. I have been in Scotland for 22 years now, which, I came here before I was born, obviously.
Absolutely.
No, I know. And I think an honorary Scot in certain settings, although in the little village I live in, I think I've got another 30 years or so before I'm considered a local. But no, originally from down in the southeast of England, Canterbury was home. And still technically is. My mum still lives down there as well, and I'm sure she'll be listening into this. She always listens in and tells me off for stuff I've done on the radio, so it's good to have. But no, I live in central Scotland, so I'm in just outside of Falkirk, and it's great.
Now, you're going to be taking on Pure Brunch on Tuesdays. We'll get to that in a little while, but let's just find out a little bit more about you first. So we know your name's Dan. We know you're currently living in Scotland, but what's your day job?
So my day job and my evening job and my weekend job is pretty much any waking moment, and the sleeping ones as well. I am a freelance church and community developer. So that's I've been freelance for the last 2 years, but I've been doing this community development stuff certainly all the time I've been in Scotland and time before then as well. I basically have the privilege of working alongside communities and church groups and just helping them to grow, whatever that way may be. So that might just be helping them with some funding. It might be doing some new business planning or mission planning, whatever label we want to put on it. A lot of time at the minute actually just helping churches and communities reconnect, which is really, really interesting times. So that's what I do. And and on the side of that, I do little bits of broadcasting as well, just for fun.
Just for fun. Radio is fun. We like radio. Clearly we do.
Love it.
Now, so you're doing this at the moment. That's your community, Dan. Do you want to give us the website for that so people can track you down if they want to?
Happy to give a plug. Yeah, communitydan.co.uk is where you can find me.
Okay, but let's go back a little bit further in time, even than pre-Scotland, which we know is 22 years ago for you when you were first born. But yes, prior to that, in a pre-life, what was your story of faith growing up?
Oh, yeah. So my upbringing back home was with the Salvation Army. That was where I lived and breathed, even in fact, up until about 8 years ago, when it was still the church that my wife and I were very much part of. And still, it's very much within me. Love referring back to William Booth and all the ways and the maverick ways and the wild card thing that might say a little bit about me as well. A little bit of a wild card maybe, but I just love doing things differently. So yeah, Salvation Army was that upbringing. And within Canterbury, Salvation Army at the time, I did all the stuff. So I was playing in the band and in the choir. I was the pianist for the choir as well at one point. I spent some time on the seaside in Whitstable at Salvation Army, so just outside Canterbury, just feeling at that time that I needed to be with a smaller group of people and to be able to actually make a difference. And I guess that's been my story, just wanting to be amongst a group of people where I can make a meaningful difference. And if I don't find I'm making that difference, then I'm not in the right place. So yeah, I went to the Salvation Army College, in fact, in London, back in the early 2000s. And that was where I met my now wife, who is a Scottish girl. And she then life didn't turn out as we imagined it at the time, but it's been an absolute blessing since. She dragged me back up to her patch, and we've moved around a few places in Scotland since. So wildcard music ministry, love preaching, love sharing the word, love just being alongside people and encouraging people in their journey. That's pretty much me.
And we're really thrilled and excited to see you part of the Pure team as we start to see a bit more growth, which is exciting and encouraging. So Pure Brunch, let's just get onto that. So this is the new show. It started first Monday in December. Jojo was doing Mondays, so that's 10 till 12. January the 7th, you will be launching Tuesdays on Pure Brunch, 10 to 12 here on Pure 24/7 Radio. What can people look forward to in your show?
I have absolutely no idea. No, that's
Awesome.
not true. Awesome. We will listen, we'll make it up as we go along and we'll see what God's got in store. But no, there will be, of course, the usual fantastic mix of music you would expect here from Pure 24/7 Radio. And we'll have a couple of features we'll throw into there, including... And I think this is where we've ended up. I'm being guided by my 9-year-old daughter. So I should say my wife, Carol Ann, and I have 3 children. Catherine, now known as River. I've got Hannah, or HP, and then they are 19 and 16. And then I've got 9-year-old Isla. Isla will crop up on the show every now and then. She loves infiltrating my shows and hasn't yet worked out she might be able to claim a fee. And at the moment, that's disguised in board and lodging. So, that's fine. So we're going to have Isla's interesting insights, I think is the working title. Basically, she loves fascinating facts. She loves horrible histories and that kind of thing. So we'll have some little snippets of information so you could learn stuff on the show. Who knew that might be a thing? But there's some other bits we're playing with as well. Maybe put some musicals. Love the musicals. So we might have a musicals moment. You're noticing there's some alliteration going on here. And the other thing, we will also have a wee quiz as well. So there'll be a little just for fun question. With something, if you're a fan of TV quiz shows, you might work out where this is being borrowed from, shall we say, as we have the Pure Parlour of Fun. And there will be a whole mixture of things just for fun, and you'll be able to send in your answers, and we'll just a bit of interaction for a mid-morning, similar to what Joe's been doing. 10 till 12. You've either just chilling out after the school run, or you've got into work and you really can't face the to-do list, so you've got the radio on there, or you might have the privilege of putting your feet up and just relaxing. So just that chance that I guess the meat in the sandwich between Nathan's wake-up call and Stephen's lunch will be us making stuff up as we go along on a Tuesday.
Making stuff up as we go along. I think people think I do that a lot. I actually do a lot of planning, which I think most people are quite surprised by. We just thought you just went where you wanted to go. And it's not like that. I do actually plan lots, but I also like the ability of having made loads of plans and then thinking, yeah, but we're going to go that way instead, which is where the really good fun starts.
Oh, absolutely. And isn't that just a metaphor for the journey of our faith as well? We will get everything planned out, and then there'll be a curveball that'll be thrown at us that we don't see coming. But I guess all that planning helps us deal with those curveballs as well. So yeah.
It does. I remember I was working in a church one time and we were talking about life and faith. It wasn't really anything to do with the job. We were just talking about individual life stories and stuff in a team meeting. And I remember somebody was talking about how they were praying about these things and will God help and where are we going to go? And I remember saying, yeah, but my problem is I always feel like God needs a hand in his planning, and I like to be an active part of that planning stuff. To which the room kind of erupted into laughter of, God needs a hand. And yeah. I suppose in a sense it's interesting because, well, God doesn't, because he's God. Either he's God or he's not, and he is. But actually it's the fact that he chooses to allow us to be part of his plans, which just bamboozles my mind. Yep. The fact that God desires to work with who we are, and actually he's interested in our plans.
Absolutely. And I do love to think alongside of that maybe God's looking down and sometimes just has a little laugh and there's, yeah, okay, you felt you could do that one, did you? Shall I just step back in again now?
Yeah, no, it's that, isn't it? Right. So January the 7th, I think I'm right in saying, is the first Tuesday. 10 till 12, Pure Brunch with Dan. Now, Mondays, 10 till 12, still going to be with Jojo, but from the 7th of January, an additional show. And then in March, God willing, there'll be a new presenter as well. And on as we grow the show.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's great to be a part of it. And listen, learning about you guys and everything that is the vision for Pure 24/7 very much speaks to my heart for this kind of thing as well. So hopefully I will seamlessly slot into the team and all the technology will work. Yeah, I think the first part will be the easier there than the technology, but it'll be fine. We'll just pedal harder on the bike to make it work.
Yeah, we're getting some fresh coal in just in case the computers need some help. And Dan, it's great. I've been wanting to introduce you for so long. I've been teasing you on my show a lot. We've got this new person coming, which is really exciting. So really glad to meet you and be able to introduce you to the rest of the Pure family. And I'm just excited to see where this is going to go, what God wants to do, not just in us, but with us and also through us as well, through what you're doing. So Dan, from Scotland, but not originally, thank you for your time today.
No, thank you.